Hey guys, Monica here from Mischief Creations, and I am going to show you how I found and made this bear hug card vector so that it could be uploaded to the Cricut Design Space. So, I really wanted a card where the little arms would outstretch and open up to a message with the little heart in the middle. I saw a bear hug card and it inspired me to do something like this, and I knew I wanted it to be super cute. So I first looked in Design Studio and there was nothing there that would do what I wanted it to do. And so I went to my favorite place called Vector Stock. And this is Vector Stock, and I like it because it's pretty cheap. Most downloads are $1 and they're pretty cute, and sometimes they need some work, but I really like them. So I just did a search for my term bear hug, and this is what came up. So when I'm looking for vectors to use, I look for stuff that's pretty clean and not super complicated. Like this would be good for a print and cut, but it wouldn't be good to just cut. There's a lot of detail in there. And same with this one, the fuzzy bear parts, good for print and cut, but not really great for just simple cutting. And I knew I'd want to cut it. This little guy was the one that fit the bill because his arms are outstretched, so I knew that I could put score lines on them to do the folding, and he's super cute and not too complicated. So I went ahead and downloaded him, and then over in Adobe Illustrator, here's what I got, right? So what I did was first I deleted all this stuff I didn't need. I don't need this little green background. Lots of deleting. And then I zoomed in on him, which I can't see right now, but it's down here at the bottom. Let me show you. Resize. Down here at the bottom, I just made it 100%. And then I also got rid of a few of the extra layers. So you can see in layers that there's quite a few. This nose, so I just hit the delete button, and then I actually didn't cut the nose again. I just sort of left it blank like that. Got rid of that layer, got rid of this layer, I kept that layer, I got rid of, there's sort of 3 layers on this image, and each image is different, so you have to really check it out. You can cut all of those layers if you like. I just didn't want to cut that many layers. I sort of just wanted to cut the base and then one more layer. So that's what we have here. Now, the other thing I did was if you take this face away, you can see that it's just one big circle, right? And that doesn't cut right. So what I had to do is to make a shape. And the way that you do that is that you select these little shapes, and I'm just holding down the, apparently I'm not doing it right. Let me start over. Select, okay. So, you can select multiple ones, and I always forget what key it is, but you can also select them over here. So, or maybe not, what, I don't know what's happening. Ah, craziness, this happens to me. Okay. I don't really know. Okay, I'm going to hit the escape key, and I'm going to do it this way. Oh, it's because it, no, not because it's grouped. Okay, control, control, control. It won't go over 2 for some reason. Oh, there it went. Okay, it's just being slow. Okay, so I've selected all those, plus this. So I've got the face selected, and I come over here to the shape builder tool, and then I am going to hit the alt key, and I'm gonna hit the minus, and the minus. And what that's gonna do, oops, I did it wrong. I should make this a little bit bigger so that I can see it a little bit better. And I forgot to grab the mouth too, so try not to get frustrated with this part because this is probably the most confusing part, and I'm going to go ahead and select this mouth as well. And do this again. So I'm holding down my Alt key, ALT, subtract, and I gotta wait for that little fuzzy line to come. Oops. When you do that, just Control Z, and it will come back to you, and then you can keep doing it. Actually, did that work? Nope, it didn't. It sort of worked, but it didn't. So I'm pulling it away to see if it worked, and it didn't. So I'm gonna do it again. So back to my shape builder tool. And the reason that we do this is because of the way that the Design Studio imports the SVGs. I guess I just have to be patient. Okay, I think that did it. Yes, so you can see that my face now has the things cut out, which is what I was going for. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm just gonna change that fill color so that we can see it. Okay, so that's better. So the other thing I really liked about this graphic is that the whole back path is already there for us, so that makes it really easy. Over here, I don't know what these guides are, so I'm just gonna delete them. So now you can see we have what the mat will cut, right? You can sort of see over here what it looks like. So we are going to save as an SVG, and we're just gonna call it, you know, Bear Hug Card. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this path so I can find it again because, you know. Okay, all these settings I just leave the same. Now, over in my design space, I'm gonna upload this image. And you can see I've done this already, but we'll go ahead and do it again. Bear Hug Card, open. Bear Hug Card. And click Save down here. Give it a second. And go ahead and do this and insert it. And then we have our card, right? So I'm actually just going to sync up these layers. I want them to cut the same, right? And then the other thing I'm going to do to finish making the card is I'm going to ungroup these. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this so you guys can be sure to see all the window. Fix it there. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to duplicate this guy, right? Because he's going to be the back of my card. So this part that you sort of can't see, but there's a card back here that we folded in half. And that's almost it. I'm going to add one more thing, and that is a heart, because I told you I wanted him to be holding a heart. So just do a quick search for a heart. This one works. Insert. I'm going to ungroup it. I'm going to delete this back part. Delete. And then I'm going to size this. So that's the other thing. Just make sure that the cards are the same size. And this looks like it'll fit and the arms will hold on, like fold over. I'm going to do that. Okay, so now I've got the cards. I'm going to do one more thing, and that is to insert the score lines that I want it to use. So I'm just going to do the search for the score line. I'm going to insert it. And I am going to go ahead and edit this one to 90 degrees and 5 inches. And for this one, I'm going to put it, I gotta grab it, right under this ear. So it's gonna fold here and the card will fold out. And you can see that in the post. So you just do that score line and then go ahead and duplicate it. And for this, I had to really zoom in and really, you know, really work to see what I was doing because I want the scores on the arms and and these little score lines don't like to move. If you guys have a trick for that, I'd love to hear it. Okay, so I just basically got them where I wanted them and then made them a lot shorter so that they didn't go into the face. I don't care if they extend past there. I do care if they're in the face. But I also can zoom in a little bit more to see that better. Okay, that one's pretty good. So I'm just gonna leave it because like I said, I don't really care if it scores further down. And then I will go ahead and duplicate this. And then I will turn it some more and do the other side. Maybe. I never can grab these lines. There it goes. Okay, so just gonna get it, and I want to be able to leave that little piece in there, so I might need to curve this one a little bit more. Yeah, like that. And then, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so then, of course, now that we have that, I am almost forgetting to attach these things. That would be bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and select those. So I've got my score line and my bear card selected, and I'm gonna attach them. And then over here, I need my other bear, the back, and then I find my score lines and attach. And then I can send this to back if I want to see it. And then my design is ready to cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and click go, and you guys can see that we've got 5 mats, and you know, we're ready to cut. So I actually, for my card, I made these little guys the same too. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you, you know, just in the layers, I just synced this with these. And that is how I ended up with my adorable bear hug card. And you guys can pretty much see how it's assembled. It's not super hard to see that, and the inking and the embossing, and I just am in love with this little guy. So yeah, have fun making this, and that's how I search for stuff and turn it into a card I love. Thanks. Check out the rest of our blog, and of course subscribe to our channel, and we will see you soon.